We've had helicopters overhead seeing the scope of the damage.
As crews work their way through the rubble searching for survivors, they're preparing for the worst.
Our hope is that everyone evacuated or sheltered in place in somewhere that's safe. But we know that that's probably not realistic. We know that there will likely be greater loss of life.
The violent storm left a trail of death and destruction from Florida to Virginia, leaving some to question if those in its path were alerted early enough.
They were warned as well as could be expected with a rapidly intensifying hurricane like this. This is very different than Hurricane Florence, where we had a week to make take these actions. This time around, on Monday, it was a tropical depression. Who knew that this would be a 1 mile an hour short of a Category 5 hurricane just later in the week?
What I'm afraid of is hurricane amnesia. 10 years is going to go by and we're going to forget what happened in Mexico Beach.
FEMA Administrator Brock Long is urging people to learn from the past and build a culture of preparedness. And he's directing criticism at different levels of government.
When you go back to rebuild these areas, that you do so in a resilient fashion, that we don't rebuild to the same standards, that we have locals and state governments start to implement real building codes across this country. It's frustrating to us because we repeat this cycle over and over again.
Just last week, Congress passed legislation that would give FEMA more money each year to prepare communities ahead of a disaster. But officials here emphasize the agency isn't able to address the growing volume of extreme weather on its own.
We're just one part of the formula that's needed in the whole community to stop this madness.
As officials begin to process the magnitude of this storm's destruction, they say they'll be there for the long haul to help put communities back together.
Almost certainly FEMA employees will be in the state of Florida for months and years ahead.
In Washington, Samantha-Jo, Spectrum News.